Hi everyone, welcome to the part 6 on our AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner series. So let's get started with the questions and answers. So the question number one is that an AWS customer is using Amazon DynamoDB. Which task is the customer's responsibility according to the AWS shared responsibility model? And the options are option A is provision hosts, option B is manage database access permissions, option C is patch the operating system, and option D is secure the operating system. And the correct option is that the management of database access permissions is the responsibility of the customers, while rest are the cloud provider responsibilities. And let's look at the shared responsibility model. So in this visual here, these are the customer's responsibility, and we can see that at the top is the customer data, the protection of data, including the access to the data, the encryption of data. These are the customer responsibility, as well as we saw in this specific question, the access, the access to the database, including the user and the identity and access management. These are the responsibility of the customer, while the physical provision of services such as the on the global scale, the region availability zone, the data center, education, and the physical infrastructure, including network, database, storage, and compute. These all are the responsibility of the cloud provider, or in this case, the AWS. So let's get to the next question. Question number two is that a company has a test AWS environment. The company is planning on testing an application within AWS. The application testing can be interrupted and does not need to run continuously. Which Amazon EC2 purchasing option will meet these requirements most cost effectively? And the options are option A, dedicated instances, option B, on-demand instances, option C, reserved instances, and option D, spot instances. So here the keywords are that the customer wants to test an application, and so the customer does not need to run the application continuously, or he can tolerate or accept the interruption. So what is the most cost effective option? And the answer is this spot instances. So what is the spot instance in AWS? Spot instance is the Amazon EC2 spot instances let you take advantage of unused EC2 capacity in the AWS cloud and are available at up to 90% discount compared to on-demand prices. So these are the unused or available spaces that can be purchased on a very discounted prices as compared to the on-demand prices. Question number three is that which AWS service gives user the ability to discover and protect sensitive data that is stored in Amazon S3 buckets? And the options are A, Amazon Detective, B, Amazon Messy, C, Amazon Guard Duty, and D, Amazon AWS IAM Access Analyzer. And the correct option is that Amazon Messy is the service that gives user the ability to discover and protect their sensitive data that is stored inside the Amazon S3 buckets. And what is Amazon Messy? Amazon Messy is a data security service that uses machine learning and pattern matching to discover and help protect your sensitive data. Here is the visual of working mechanism of this Messy service. So it must be the service can be enabled on the Amazon S3 storage. Here we can see, and then it automatically generates the inventory of the data inside the bucket. It gives the inventory of all the data types depending upon their sensitivity inside the storage, and then you can run automated sensitive data discovery, automatically build an interactive data map of your sensitive data in S3. It gives you an overview or a list of your sensitive data, and then you can run full discovery scan, which is run targeted sensitive data discovery jobs based on result from the interactive data map. So this is a step-by-step process, and then you can take action upon these steps, upon the findings of these steps. That is that you can generate finding and send to Amazon EventBridge and AWS Security Hub for automated remediation and workflow integration. So this is the working of Amazon Messi. Question number 4 is that which of the following services can be used to block network traffic to an instance? And we have to choose two options, and the options are network ACLs, access control list. Option B is security groups. Option C is Amazon CloudWatch, and option D is Amazon Cloud Trail. And the correct options are, the first correct option is that we can use the network access control list to block network to an instance, and we can also use the security groups to block traffic to an instance. So what are these two? The security groups are stateful firewalls that control inbound and outbound traffic at an instance level. You can configure security groups to allow or deny specific types of traffic to and from your instances. While the network ACLs access control list are stateless firewalls that control traffic on the subnet level, network ACLs define rules to allow or deny traffic based on source and destination IP addresses, ports, and protocols. So that is the difference between these two. They both do the same job. The network ACLs use subnets such as, let's suppose, 192.168, let's put 2.0/24. This is a subnet. If you want to block traffic from this specific subnet, then you can use network ACL and block traffic from this specific subnet to your instances. While the security groups, they are the stateful and they work on the instances. Let's suppose you have defined that all my Windows instances should not talk to the outside world. So you can do this through the security groups, and there are multiple techniques that you can use security groups to block traffic to specific type of instances. While the network ACL only uses the IP addresses, the port number, let's suppose port 80, and the protocol such as TCP or UDP. The question number 5 is which AWS service can identify when Amazon EC2 instance was terminated? So the options are option A, AWS Cloud Trail, option B, AWS Identity and Access Management, option C, Amazon EventBridge, and option D, AWS Compute Optimizer. And the correct option is the Amazon Cloud Trail. It can give you the specific time or the trail or the traceability of different actions such as the termination of an instance. And what is Amazon Cloud Trail? Cloud Trail enables auditing, security monitoring, and operational troubleshooting by tracking users' activity and API usage. Cloud Trail logs, continuously monitors, and retain accounts activity related to action across your AWS infrastructure, giving you control over storage, analysis, and remediation actions. So this is the visual view of the AWS Cloud, where that it records user activity and API usage in Amazon in AWS services. And these are the different scenario where you can where Cloud Trail can be used. You can audit the usage of your cloud services through the logs. You can monitor the different action of the user and the API user, and you can also use it for the troubleshooting through these actions. Question number 6 is that which of the following is a fully managed MySQL compatible database? And the options are option A, Amazon DynamoDB, option B, Amazon S3, option C, Amazon Redshift, and option D, Amazon Aurora. And the correct option is the Amazon Aurora is the fully managed MySQL compatible database. The DynamoDB, it is basically a NoSQL database. Amazon S3 is basically the storage, it is not the database. While the Redshift is basically the data warehousing service. So the Amazon Aurora, it is the correct answer. And what is it? Here we can see that we have the databases, and the databases are basically scattered around different availability zone for the resiliency and fault tolerance. So this is the primary database, and then let me clear the clutter. So here we have the primary instance, and then we have the secondary instances of the Aurora databases across different availability zones. So these different copies, these are the replica copies. These are the for availability. For let's suppose if this instance becomes unavailable due to any reason, then the user and the user read write operation can be shifted to the secondary replica database. Question number 7 is that which AWS service supports a hybrid infrastructure that gives user the ability to extend AWS infrastructure, AWS services, APIs, and tools to data center, co-location environment, or on-premise facilities. So we are talking about AWS infrastructure and services on the user's on-premise or on-premise facility inside the user geographical location or inside the user's own on-premise data center. So what is the option? Correct option in the options are AWS Fargate, option B AWS Outpost, option C AWS Local Zone, and option D AWS Snow Mobile. And the correct option is the AWS Outpost. So this is basically the picture of AWS Outpost. We can see that it is basically a rack, and it contains the storage and the compute, and this can be connected to the user. This can be installed inside the user data center, and this can be connected to, let's suppose, the user network. Let's suppose this is a switch, and then user can use the AWS services inside his own location through this host. This is a basically 42U rack that contains all the services. Question number 8 is that which AWS service can run a managed PostgreSQL database that provides online transaction processing? Online transaction processing, and the options are A. Amazon Athena, B. Amazon DynamoDB, C. Amazon EMR, and D. Amazon RDS. And the correct option is Amazon RDS, Relational Database Service. So this is the Amazon RDS is the service that can be used that can be used for managed PostgreSQL database that also provide or support the online transaction processing. Question number 9 is that a company wants to provide, and here the answer has already popped up. So let's study the question. A company wants to provide managed Windows virtual desktop and application to its remote employees over secure network connection. Which AWS service can the company use to meet these requirements? And we have to choose multiple correct options. So the requirements are the provision of managed Windows virtual desktop and application to remote apply over a secure network. So these are the keywords, and the options are A. Amazon AWS site-to-site VPN, B. Amazon Workspaces, C. Amazon Connect, D. Amazon AppStream 2.0, and E. Amazon Elastic Container Service, Amazon ECS. And the correct options are the Amazon site-to-site, AWS site-to-site VPN, the Amazon workspace spaces, and the Amazon AppStream too. So what are all these? So we are using the site-to-site VPN because the requirement states the secure network connection. So we have to use the site-to-site VPN. The Amazon site-to-site VPN creates a secure connection between on-premise network and the AWS resources. The second option is the Amazon Workspaces. It is a managed secure desktop as a service solution that helps you provision Windows or Linux desktop in just a few minutes. It's ideal for providing employees with a managed virtual desktop experience. And the third option, Amazon AppStream 2.0, is a fully managed application streaming service that allows you to stream desktop application from AWS to any device with a web browser. Question number 10 is that a company wants to monitor for misconfigured security groups that are allowing unrestricted access to specific ports, which AWS service will meet this requirement. So we have to monitor the misconfigured security groups, and how we can do that. And the options are A, Amazon AWS Trusted Advisor, B, Amazon Guard Duty, C, Amazon AWS Health Dashboard, and D, Amazon CloudWatch. And the correct option is AWS Trusted Advisor. This can be used to monitor the misconfigured security groups or misconfiguration of security practices. And this is a dashboard of the Amazon Trusted Advisor. Here we can see that it gives us recommendation for the security. So if we have some misconfiguration, such as these shows that we have some misconfiguration, these can be identified using the Amazon AWS Trusted Advisor. So that's all for today. See you in the next video. Thank you and bye.